All right, so I found something really interesting on the Solana chart, which I just want to go over where I think Solana might go. So first, if we look at this initial pump, we could start right here. If we look at this pump from here to here, back down to I'd say right here, we hit the 2.618 Fibonacci trend pull, but even cooler is when we do a trend-based fib pull from here to here to here, it goes to basically the 3.618 is where we hit for the tops almost. Let's see what would happen if we pulled it from right here. So it'd pretty much align at the very top. So even if we pull it from this initial spike, it still is around this area. Now, people are probably wondering, where is Solana going to go? And I would say you would always look at what Solana already did. So we look at what happened in the past and that trend-based fib pull at the time, right? Something like what? The tops of $200 seems so impossible because we were just at a high of 50, right? But really, like this fib pull, if we use it as confluence for what might happen in the future, it'll tell us what price target Solana might hit. I'm curious if I do a fib pull from here. I mean a speed fan. Let's do it from this impulse. Okay, so we basically just blast off. All right, so if we take a new trend-based fib pull and we go from the bottom to the top to the retracement, the 3.618 is all the way at $822. And look, like if we're in a full-on bull run, that kind of makes sense, right? Where you might see something where it just really blasts off and then comes back down, right? And watch it even hit this as the drop down. So why don't we try this out? Let's say if it hits 800 and X dollars, we could say that the impulse, let's say the impulse starts now. Usually in a bear market, you're going to see things hit the 786. So that would still be a drop of 55%. Now, yeah, it might go lower, but it would be really interesting to see something like this. Of course, this isn't going to happen exact, but this kind of makes sense, right? Like, we look at the past data of what happened this cycle, of how it boosted all the way to 200. Why can't it do the same thing with the same trend-based fib pull, where it goes to $800 and then it comes down to the 382 back to 600, pumps up. If we look, probably it's going to do something like the CC. It's probably going to hit the CC, retest it at like 750 and then come crashing down just like it did in the past. Or maybe it just comes down, right? Maybe there's no notice and it just comes down. But it would be really interesting. And I think what people don't realize for this bull run is that they're so worried of selling their bag on this bull run, but they don't realize, like, what I think is, even if we go bear, you're probably going to be up, right? Like, at the price we're at now, you're probably still going to be up even during the bear market. Yes, it's so possible that we might do something like this and then come down slowly and then go back up, right? That's possible too. But on the short term, I think what people don't realize is that this huge drop that's going to happen, yeah, it probably will be 50%. But 50% is what? 50% from 800 is 400. And it'll probably come lower to like 358, which aligns with the speed fan pull. It aligns with a fib pull. And funnily enough, if it does this exact thing, we can expect it to be January 9th, which this says, right? Um, but that would also have to mean that we're going to have to blast off, like, I don't know, sometime in December something. But anyhow, this is my prediction for Solana. I do think that we will see something like $800 Solana just based off of what I saw on the past trend Fibonacci pulls. Um, of course, this isn't a solid prediction. Like, I don't know exactly what it will hit, but just using basic TA, like, this is my expectation, and it kind of makes sense with how bull runs work. So let me know what you think. If you think, what number you think Solana is going to hit, and if you think this is somewhat of an accurate prediction, I'd love to know. Thanks, guys.